It is 1:35 on Wednesday, September the 19th. The only reason I can say it so quickly and smoothly is because I happened to glance at my computer. So I actually don't know what day it is. My computer seems to know, which is great. Artificial intelligence. I don't know if you can see from here, but instead of taking off the baby blanket, which I just used to wrap it, because underneath that is a piece of cardboard on the base side, not the wall, but the base, there's a cardboard. And then I basically just took the baby receiving blanket and placed it over top and clipped it all into place. And then along this edge, I didn't want her chewing on it because it's still within her level of her teeth. I basically clipped it. And there's another reason, because when I bent the grid the first time, I think I did it too hard. And I broke it, and I didn't want it to poke her. So I managed to step on it and flatten it, and then I rebent it the other way. So originally I was bending it this way, and then I straightened it and I bent it this way. So I didn't have to toss out the grid, because it wasn't bending anymore. It broke at an off-center area, so it wasn't going to bend properly. So that's one idea if you accidentally screw up. And nobody tells you how to bend these things online. Like, they just say bend it. Believe it or not, it's actually a lot harder to bend than you think. Like, you see the ones that people have that are so nice and straight. Either they're just lucky or they've done it before. Because I can tell you that it was so hard. Even when it was nearly half bent, putting it against my stomach and just pulling at it didn't help. Stepping on it barely made any difference. Short of kind of like a light jump, 1 foot jump on it. I actually plan to get rid of those. For $4, I can get a ramp that is perfect. It will be a perfect 90-degree angle. Mocha here is trying to chew the clips, which is why I put it there, so she couldn't chew the towel. Anyway, it's basically half this panel, which is what you see here, and it's $2, $2, $2, and $2. So I think that would be prettier. It'll be easier to clip things to, and it'll just look nicer. But that can wait. As you can see, oh, Mocha got up there. Mocha yesterday night, after I put her up there to just have a little bit of hay and some water, because she had water in her tub that I put her in while I made this cage, but it wasn't very much. And plus, I kind of blocked myself out of the hallway. Like, I couldn't get back to the hallway to get her until I finished the cage, which is why I skipped going to work today, because I was so exhausted. I kind of just blocked myself into a corner in my room with the hamster bins all in the doorway, so I wasn't able to get back out anyway. So I figure I might as well, as a good incentive to finish everything. So yeah, I put a towel there on top of the baby blanket because I realized that the baby receiving blanket was very smooth. It probably offered no traction. And also because I cut Mocha's nails and I file them as well, so they're nice and rounded tips. They're not pointy, they're smooth tipped. With Mocha Latte, I can do that, but Cafe Latte, the male, I couldn't do that because the person who had him never cut his nails. And so, we're talking pet store, not a rescue. So, I have to do it from scratch. And the thing is, there's only so much you can cut initially until, until you can start filing it. Because you can only cut off a tiny tip initially. Whereas Mocha's nails are right length. And so all I have to do basically is file them. I don't really trim them. She doesn't like it. I plan to invest in that thing when I do have the finances for it. It's a little thing. I think it looks like almost like a piece of a stone. It's like almost like a tiny donut size, and it spins. And basically, it's to file dogs and cats' nails. But I think you can do it with a guinea pig too. I don't know, because it would be a lot easier than using a regular nail filer. But yeah, so as you can see, Mocha did get up there. I'll have to review the video, but I'm pretty sure I got that on video. I put her at the very top with her butt still in the tray. She didn't want to go down, so I lifted her rear and I put her right at the very edge of the towel. And then she kind of slid 2 steps and then tried to back up. And so I put one hand under her stomach area so that her feet were on either side. And I basically just lifted her gently up and down, so that she realized that she's supposed to go down. And when she got to about here, she was able to go down on her own. So yeah, that was great. And then after she got down, she made a run for it, but I got her. And then this time I put her up, and then I put my hand to block off the ramp, and she ran right up. So she has no problem running up. It's just a matter of, can she get back down? Because I think the downward is really scary to her. But she sat there yesterday. I put her there, and then I went for a shower. I came back, and I saw her sitting there looking up at me. I'm like, hi, Mocha. And then I realized that I put her up there, so she probably couldn't get down. Because if she went up on her own and went down, that's another thing. But, you know, she used the human elevator from here. She went all the way up to here, where there's a gap. So I figured maybe she doesn't know how to get down. But I'm going to probably sit here and watch her, make sure she can get down. She seems way happier now that she's got an upper level. And she seems to like my binder clips. When she first got into the cage yesterday, she couldn't stop popcorning. But mind you, I'd be popcorning too if you kept me in a Rubbermaid bin for like 9 hours. And they gave me this cage. But yeah, it was a lot of work. It was 7.5 hours. And all I really did was take everything apart, the whole entire thing apart, so that I had a whole stack of grids. And then rebuilt this cage. Put the chloroplast back in. And then built the upper level, which is a 1x2 and a ramp. That's all I really did. And then I rebuilt the cage on top. So basically I shuffled some grids down here. Originally they were kind of like this already, but it's just easier to retie everything. Mocha's chewing my clips there. It's easier to retie the grids and make sure you didn't miss any if you just start from scratch. And plus I bought the thicker, nicer kind. The heavy duty kind. You can see they're about the size of your finger almost. Well, half your finger. But the other ones were pencil thin. These ones are way better, but they cost more. These ones were $26 each bag of 1,000. The other ones were $15 for 1,000. So a big difference, but I'm tying only 3 on here versus 6 per side. So I am saving some if you think about it that way. But I did use over 500 zip ties to do this whole thing and this thing. And I screwed up about 10, approximately 10. So it wasn't very bad. I only screwed up at the end because I started rushing, actually. I hadn't screwed up except once when I accidentally tied one from here to here instead of here to here. But other than that, I didn't screw up. It was just near the end, and it was all on this cage, actually. The guinea pig cage, I didn't screw up at all. So I was really happy about that. There is a benefit to this, though, the kitchen, that Mocha can get up, even if she won't go down. At least I know she has food, and she has water. She may not have shelter, but she at least has her water and her food there. I'm just waiting for the day that Mocha popcorns and falls in the water or something. She's probably going to make a humongous mess. Which reminds me, I should find something to cover these electrical outlets. The power cords, power bars and stuff. Just in case she splashes water in there. I wouldn't want to, like, start a fire or something. I don't know. I do want to do chloroplast on the top, at least for a wall. But I don't want to do this. I do not want to do an actual box. Because I have no way of getting the box out of there. And it's going to make cleaning like cutting your arm every time you reach in there around the corner to clean. Which is why I chose the chloroplast bottom thing. But I didn't have any more chloroplast. Otherwise, I would have chloroplast that part and that part too. But the only thing keeping this chloroplast on this thing is that one clip there, actually. This one is actually keeping the fabric, the potty sheet on the board. That's just to absorb any water or in case she decides to pee there. My guinea pigs seem to like to pee by the water sources when they're drinking, but so far she hasn't done it. She's a very good girl. I have not cleaned. Okay, I did not clean this morning. There's absolutely nothing wrong. So, she's very clean. It's just the males that are really messy. But then again, the males have only been here like a few days usually, so I guess I can't blame them for being messy. But Mocha's so clean, she would be like, oh, I don't know. like human, if she could be human.